I know some folks are going to say that this goes too far, but when I see what Alberta is facing, like catastrophic drought, unprecedented wildfires, and air that isn't safe for our kids to breathe on a summer's day, I know that it's time for dramatic action. The time for creative accounting and fun with numbers or aspirational goals is over. We must reduce carbon emissions that drive climate change and threaten our way of life. Specifically, we must reduce carbon emissions by 35% below current levels by 2035. As Premier, I'll take back control of carbon policy by implementing a Made in Alberta cap and trade system to replace the federal carbon tax, oil and gas cap, methane regulations, and clean electricity regulation. I'll adapt Alberta's existing industrial carbon price, known as TIER, to form part of a new cap and trade system and expand it to cover all industrial emissions. And we will redirect the revenue away from industry subsidies and the UCP energy war room and into ways to actually help Albertans reduce their emissions and their bills. We will recommit to a net zero electricity grid by 2035. And we will launch a Solar for All program that makes electricity more affordable for individuals, families, small businesses, community groups, and First Nations. We will reverse the UCP's policy of sabotaging commercial renewable energy projects on day one, and we will bring these projects to the forefront of the queue for regulatory approval. We will bring more energy storage onto the grid, and we will upgrade transmission and distribution systems for a renewable energy future. We will establish a Crown corporation that will provide low-emission public transportation between Alberta communities, and we will help build out the EV infrastructure along provincial highways and within major municipalities. And by the way, we will cancel Danielle Smith's tax on EVs and replace it with a rebate. All of this will require a wholesale rebuild of the Alberta Energy Regulator, and to provide it with real independence from industry and space from political pressure. I will say that the cost of not doing this is so much more than the cost of doing it. It's important that we invest the money, and it will probably be hundreds of millions, maybe even billions of dollars, in making sure that we are protecting our cities. We know that last year we spent almost $3 billion fighting wildfires alone. So investing in upfront in the Climate Corps, making sure that we take the money that's being generated through the TIER system and putting it back in people's pockets to help them reduce their bills. This is absolutely fundamental to make sure that we have a strong energy future and great air, land, and water for all of us to live on. So we'll have detailed costing items after I become the leader and when we're getting ready for the next election.